What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and I saw that it has been well over a year since I did a video on my 5 favorite credit cards right now. And I took a look at that old video, and I'm sure this comes as no surprise to those of you that actually follow the channel, but this list has actually changed. Shocking, I know. So I want to revisit this, and I also want a few things to be clear. This is my favorite credit cards that I'm using right now. What I mean by that is these are the 5 cards in my arsenal that I'm using right now the most. Remember that phrase, right now. You guys know I have a love-hate relationship with some of these cards and some of these issuers, so there is a great chance that a card is my favorite card today, and next year it could be gone and replaced. So enough with the intro. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll tell you why these 5 cards are my favorites right now. First, let's quickly revisit 2024. Last year, I was a huge fan of the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and it was my main travel card and dining card, and it was going to be the pillar card to build an entire setup around. And then Chase decided to refresh it. I wasn't with that particular refresh at the time, so I downgraded the card to an OG Freedom. Now, I will be coming out with a video on that same CSR after Chase made some tweaks, and that card might deserve another chance. Last year, the Venture X was in the mix, and well, guess what, haters? That card will likely always be around. Last year, I was really high on the Citi Strata Premier for good reason. The card is a hitter, and it's even more powerful now that they have American Airlines miles you can transfer to. But it's been squeezed out for now. Something tells me that might not last forever. Last year, I was really using the AAA Visa Signature for groceries, and that card is still a big leaguer, but for right now, I'm not focused on cashback. I'm trying to rebuild my points and miles. So right now, the no annual fee 5% grocery card, it's on the sidelines. The final card that was in my top 5 last year was the Hilton Aspire card. Now, there is no doubt that the Hilton Aspire might likely be the best hotel card in the entire game. But right now, I'm not as thrilled with Hilton as I used to be. And well, I don't really plan on carrying an Aspire for much longer. So what am I using now? First and foremost is the American Express Platinum card. I know everyone is sick to death of hearing about the new Platinum refresh, so I'm not going to bore you with all those details. But right now, us Platinum card holders are flush with new coupons, new credits, and we're all scrambling around trying to use the new quarterly and yearly credits to secure all that extra value. I've already made 2 purchases at the Lululemon to secure that $75 quarterly credit twice. I've used the extra $300 hotel credit by rearranging a future booking, and I've picked up a couple Resi restaurant gift cards to lock in a total of $550 of extra value. Now, here's where we can get into some of the nuance of the credit card game. This Platinum card is one of my favorites right now, and I'm using it like crazy. But in April, when this new $895 annual fee kicks in, it's going to hit my account, and I can't tell you today if I'm going to keep it. That's the credit card game, folks. You can go from the favorite to a downgrade play in a moment's notice. There are a million videos on the Amex Platinum card, so I'm not going to bore you to death with all that. But right now, I think I'm sharing the joy of every Platinum card holder, and I'm having fun with all this value. How long is that going to last? We shall see. Another card that might surprise you, well, unless you saw the thumbnail, is the Amex Gold card. This is another card that drives me batty sometimes. I do love food, and I love that the credits far exceed the fee, but I'm not a fan of Uber Eats, Grubhub, or even Dunkin'. But hey, 4x on dining and groceries, it means that I can earn a great amount of travel rewards points, and that is especially good for someone who isn't bonus hunting and not getting a bunch of new cards anytime soon. The gold card just flat out earns. Yeah, it requires work, and it also has a high fee, but I'm in the game to travel, and I need points to do that, and I don't think there's another card in the game that earns as well as the gold card from American Express. I've learned with Amex that you need to be all in or all out, and if you are all in like I am right now, that it can be incredibly rewarding. I might look a little funny with the blue Amex hard hat on, but the work right now, it's paying off. And here's where things might get a little tricky. Going to talk about a card that might not make sense to talk about as far as a favorite. Right now, I'm really loving the IHG Premier cards, and that's the personal or the business. I actually have the business, and my wife has the personal card. Why are we liking these? Well, recently we've discovered that IHG has so many great what I would call mid-range hotels worldwide, that we actually look there first when we're planning a trip. I'm talking about properties like the Indigo, Voco, and Even, plus the higher end stuff like Intercontinental, Six Sense, and the Kimpton. The fact that this card makes you eligible for a 4th night free on points is critical for us. Our average stay, you guessed it, 4 nights. And both of these premier cards have a lot of potential value, including free night certs yearly. 99.9% of experts will tell you that it's not worth spending on these cards. I'm going to disagree. There are situations where it could really make sense. I go over one of these situations in one of my members only videos, and here's a great opportunity to plug the membership. You can become a member for just $2.99, cancel anytime. Members get priority replies, and they get access to members only videos that I try to do most weekends. These members only videos contain content that I won't make public. That means I'll talk about some of the trickier, more strategic parts of the points and miles game. If you want, you can join, binge watch all the videos, then quit. It won't bother me. But the IHG cards from Chase, they have tremendous potential when it comes to the higher level stuff in this game. We're talking about $100 credits, IHG Diamond status, and additional free night certs. I will do a whole video on IHG and their cards soon, but right now, I'm loving the properties, loving the cards. You guys know one of these favorites had to stay on the list, right? The Venture X is still there, and it's still my catch-all card, and it's still my go-to card when I travel overseas. Visa Infinite benefits, Visa Infinite programs, 2x miles on everything, and a high limit makes it a mainstay in my wallet. So many folks love to hate on the card, but I still stand by it. The lounges, well, for me, they are the best domestic lounges in the US, and even when these lounge changes begin, I won't mind paying to get the wife into the lounge. They're that good. It's still a cheap card to hold, even though it is $395 a year. My favorite thing about the Venture X is it is a constant gray man, meaning no matter what I'm focusing on in the credit card game, the Venture X, it finds a complementary place within the wallet. Amex setup, Venture X can be a great catch-all, and for when the merchant doesn't accept Amex, all while supplementing the lounge access. Chase setup, catch-all, plus you bring in the Saver card for groceries to complement your UR points. It's just a quiet no-brainer that I need in my wallet, and it's been a favorite of mine for a very long time now. So now I want to throw you guys for a loop, and my 5th card on this list is the Chase Ink Cash Card. This is such a slept-on card, and in my opinion, it's easily the cheapest S-tier card in the game. We can all agree that UR points are very valuable, right? Well, this card gets 5x on cell phones, cable internet, and if you have ever needed anything from an office supply store, well, that's 5x as well. The card has so many options and can really serve as a tool to keep your UR points stacked up. I've said it so many times before, but the Ink Cash is the best Hyatt card in the entire game, and if you want to know why, maybe you should join the membership for some tips and tricks. Guys, comment below your favorite 1 or 2 cards that you're using right now. I'm super curious to see what the audience is loving. And guys, these might not be the most exciting cards in the game right now, but I'm going to do my best in separate videos to explain why they are so valuable to me. Some of those videos might be in the members only sections because, well, there are levels to this game and some of that information is not meant to be public. I will also, with no shame, leave my personal referral links for these cards in the description below. I don't get a ton of referrals, but I absolutely appreciate it when I do. And as always, guys, if you have stayed all the way to the end, I appreciate you and I want to thank every single one of you.